up, fellow headbangers? I'm Rob O'Day, and welcome to the greasiest of all time. Today we got Dying Desolation.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. Why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us how you guys came together?
All right. Well, we I met Jordan, our drummer, back in seventh, sixth grade. We bonded over music pretty quickly. We went to see a concert together, and after that, we were like, let's make a band. And so we did. And then we found here Gavin Kerr through a Facebook group chat or a page for his choir from high school.
Oh, cool.
Contacted him, said, "Hey, want to be in a band?" And he was like, "Why not?" And got together, wrote some songs for a concert we got, opened a show, and then from there on out, that's really how we came to be. And then down the line, eventually, we got Simon here, our bass player, who was a fan at first. And then we got him to join the band as a bass player.
That's like the ultimate fucking win right there for you, buddy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. So I know that you guys are a younger band and you're out of Ohio, right?
Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are Cleveland. Oh, sweet. What's it like being a younger band in the States? Like, what's the music scene like?
It's very we get two different kinds of people. It seems we get people, everybody wants to take us under their wing, but it's in two very different directions. It always seems we have people who are all like, this is how it has to be, and this is it no matter what. If you don't do this, you're not going to make it. And then it's people who are all like, hey, you guys are doing well, here's a couple tips and pointers. Like, people either they want to sort of pick us up and sort of like help us go along our own way, or they think they have everything all figured out and we're all like, you guys have to do it this way or you're garbage.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like, especially nowadays, because with COVID and everything, you have to be good at marketing yourself online because there's no shows, right? And that's what makes it difficult. So yeah, I understand that. Especially I think my first performance, I was 12. It was like an open mic at a small little venue, and been going hard for 18 years. And I understand the multiple polls from different people. You've got the people who want to help you but want something out of it. So
yeah,
it kind of kills the drive. But I mean, the music is the lasting love. So
yeah, no, they celebrate your medals or they want to take your trophies. Like, that's how it is, man.
well said, well said. So describe like the struggles that you guys have had to gain exposure so far, because I know being an up and coming band it's a hell of a time to find people who will give you the time of day to listen to your stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We've like tried doing marketing with other people that kind of like do it for us. We've had like different promoters here and there, but I think the best thing we've done up to this point through trial and error is just do it ourselves. I do most of the marketing for us, and just basically consists of just like running ads on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. And we do have to, you can't do it alone in this industry. You need friends, connections, you need help. So we have a couple of people that help us out with that specialize in marketing. We just get their input, get their advice to help us out a lot. And it's just a combination of like working with your close friends and your allies, and then playing to your strengths, learning everything about the industry, and then doing it yourself too. So as far as challenges go though, it's just it's all trial and error. People either give them a shot and they screw you over, or give them a shot and they're like a huge help. And it's just a matter of figuring out who's who, which is which, and then just going from there.
Yeah, no,
for
for
me,
sure.
It's a fine line between, like, what I've noticed that's really worked for us and other musicians as well is it's marketing. And you, no matter what, because of how oversaturated the market is right now, you need to pay to get seen. It doesn't matter what you do, how good you are. You need to pay to have people listen to you. And then you have to have a good product for people to continue to listen to you and to share you around. I run my own talk show in the morning, and we just had Nathan Osmond on from the Osmond family. He's doing he's doing a country career, is what he's a country singer. Yeah. Well, if anybody who knows the Osmond family, they've been in music since like the 1970s. They've been very
the
big.
Dawn of time.
Very long time. Even with his family name, he still struggles a whole lot getting his name out there just because of how saturated it is. And he's like, yeah, no, I got to pay top dollar if I want to get on some sort of chart or a playlist or any kind like that. And that's basically what it is. Like, we wanted to get promotion, we got to pay for promotion. We got to hope that people like what we put out enough to share it on their own and spread like wildfire.
Yeah, talent's not enough nowadays. And it's sad because we see like acts that like open with us or for us and shows that we've played in the past, I'd say a lot of them are like even more deserving of the limelight and whatnot than we are, and it's sad because a lot of them just get forgotten and never really get their feet off the ground because they don't really think of it as a business. They think of it as just like the old school mentality of like someone's just going to see us at a show one day, pick us up, and that's the end of the story. But nowadays you can't do that. It's all about just being knowledgeable and knowing what to do with as far as the business side of it goes.
100%. Especially now, like nowadays. I mean, like 10 years ago, it would have been easy to post a song and like my shit and share it. But nowadays, no, you definitely have to pay. Like my biggest thing.
MySpace, they really like shot that whole being discovered thing. That was at its peak when YouTube and MySpace were at their peak. That's when the whole getting discovered thing was at its peak. But then it very quickly oversaturated everything, and now it's impossible.
Yeah, and most bands that aren't willing to invest, like I've always said, if you're not willing to invest in your career, why should anybody else?
Yeah.
So that's a key thing, because like anybody who sees you guys are pushing so hard with your dream and you're willing to invest everything in it and just go fucking hard, you know what I mean? Like that makes somebody want to sign you, work with you. It's that passion. They see it and then it wears off on them, you know what I mean? Like they become passionate for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fans too, like nothing's cooler. I feel like this is more relevant with YouTubers right now than finding a YouTuber or even watching them since like the first month or two that they were on, when they had like 50 to a couple hundred subscribers, and then they blow up all of a sudden. You're like, oh my God, I've been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
I watched their success happen each week, each day when they posted a video. Yeah. Every time that they release a song, I saw it, and that with them.
Yeah. No, it's definitely
that he froze. He's just speechless.
Sorry, guys. So I know that being in a younger band gives its benefits to some degree, because I mean you're still in high school and fucking you can spread like wildfire through everybody, right? So as being a young emerging band, what are the benefits that you guys have gained so far? Like I noticed that you have a decent following, which is wicked for the state that you guys are at.
The benefit honestly just comes from the fact that like we have all the time in the world. I mean, like not necessarily like, in a like literal time regard, but like, we have years to improve our craft. And, like, I feel like when you start at an older age, it's like you gotta just know yourself right out the gate, and you have the pressure to be instantly like at a point where you like have your stuff figured out. But it's like with us, starting young, we have the time to experiment and learn and then grow. It isn't like we're wasting time necessarily like by trying different things out and not always having them just figured out right away. It's honestly just the time.
We also don't have like all the responsibilities in the world as we would if we were like 30 or 40.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, well, I mean, I'm 30 and I'm not really that responsible. Look at me. I'm still chasing my dream.
There you go.
It's not like we all have to pay for a house and have to like obviously we're leaning more towards it as we're getting older, but we could dedicate all of our energy towards it, everything.
Well, and even the fact that you guys are so young and you are dedicating that instead of going out and partying or just jamming, because I know tons of bands that I grew up with that were just wanted to jam. They never had that. We want to tour. We want to live off our music. Like this is our life.
Believe me,
absolutely,
we know.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually funny because there was a couple, not a whole lot, but there were a couple other bands that we grew up with in high school who were actually some of the maybe not the band in total, but some of the members were extremely talented people.
Yeah.
And they were just never got to that next step. They never, I don't know if it's because they didn't make the right move or things in life happened to them, but for some reason we were just able to stay focused and continue on even as we've been graduating.
Yeah, that was a problem, like finding members too. Like before we had Gavin and Simon, it was like me and Jordan went through like tons of people, like that we'd audition, they'd be fine for just a jam session, but then it's like when the big question came up and it was like, how far do you want to take this? They just, didn't have that drive. And it's like, we didn't want to like induct someone that we knew would like eventually have to leave or get kicked out, because if all hands aren't on deck, then it's like, you're not going to make it,
No, 100%. I'm pretty sure everybody in my band has been there at one point too, where we're like, we all struggle and bust our ass off. And you see
Absolutely.
the you
Everything
reap the
that I
rewards.
do is for the band, man. Like when like I'm going like to the gym or something like that, I'm trying to make myself physically better to perform on stage. When I'm going to work, I'm going to work to pay my bills and then to put stuff into the band. Like that's really what it
Yeah.
is for me.
And I
Yeah.
think that gives you guys the upper hand versus a lot of other bands because you're looking at it as a business, as a career.
Yeah.
Like you already understand marketing, branding.
Yeah, for
Your
sure.
guys' music has the whole because like it's solid music. I was saying to my girlfriend earlier, I was like, man, these kids are like, these guys are fucking solid for their age. Like they're gonna make it somewhere. It's
Like,
just you need that help, right? And I think that's why I think most bands need that, especially metal bands. Like there's no pop bands you can go and apply for anywhere. You can go to CBC and apply. You can go to any radio station and apply. But we're kind of in a niche market that is just starting to be understood by like pop culture.
yeah.
So that's kind of why me and my bassist created Enigma, is because we want to be able to help people and other bands that we have like we watch just get somewhere because of that exact struggle. Like we all struggle.
Absolutely. I think any kind of alternative genre, whether it's metal or punk or some like whatever subgenre of rock, we kind of see if you like it goes in cycles where something new will come up and it'll be really heavy and mainstream, and then it'll die down and it'll be a whole bunch of rap and hip hop again, and then it'll come back up and it sort of fluctuates back and forth. And I think we're starting to see the end of sort of a dying down of it, and then a reemerge with a lot of the newer punk bands and alternative artists that are breaking their way into the mainstream right now.
100%, especially with like you got Bring Me to the Horizon being covered by Drake in concert. That says a huge thing about metal. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Even if it's poppy or metal, like they're bringing it to the limelight, which is nice because I think it's our time to shine.
That like what's the name, Youngblood or like Billie Eilish or MGK, how they've like sort of helped revive at least not the whole genre, but parts of the genre.
Yeah.
You know, Miley Cyrus, she even just put out a new record I listened to. It's completely different from anything she's ever done. It had a lot of old 80s and 90s influences in it from older rock genres in it.
That's wicked, right? Like I think there's no limits on music. Like there's no barriers. Nothing can stop you. And I think when people put themselves in that box is where they kind of get stuck in that box and they ain't leaving.
No, absolutely, man. That's what I know. We all listen to a shit ton of different genres. Half the time when I'm at work cooking, I'm singing sea shanties.
Yeah, right.
That.
Like I love reggae, so like being the vocalist of a metal band, it's like what the fuck? I'm like, hey man, Shadows Fall. The guy is a Rastafarian. Like, come on.
Yeah. I dig it, man. It makes you a more well-rounded artist, not even just musician, but artist in general, and allows you to further appreciate other things. Like I've noticed going to into things like fire spinning or painting or any kind of craft that is artistic and physical has helped me further express myself through music.
Yeah,
it's shown me just different ways to look at life in general. I've been studying a lot of philosophy, has taught me how to word things differently and find different rhythms in life in general that I can apply to my music.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. What is the ultimate group for the goal? I guess we kind of just went over that. You guys are working towards being a living.
Yeah. For me, honestly, I would like to just be able to put food on the table and a roof above my head and support me and the family.
Yeah, I feel like my personal goal, my goal from the start has just been like get as many people to know us and hear our music as possible. Because people ask like what the end goal. I don't see an end goal. There's not going to be an end. At least that's the goal. So for me, it's just getting as far as we can and reaching as many ears as possible, and just getting our making sure that our love for what we make kind of gets expressed and people can hear that love and feel it as well.
Yeah. No, for sure. If there was one thing you guys could change in the music industry today, what do you think it would be?
That's actually pretty easy for me to answer. I'd say the elitism across every genre. There's this really shitty and it hinders a lot of momentum that we could be having in the industry with this gatekeeping mentality and this just like this genre is mine. No newcomers allowed. No new blood. People that say that like, death to new metal, death to like all these new upcoming,
thrash.
Exactly. Like, I understand, preferring one like era of music or one style to the others, but you'll never, you're hindering the progression of the music you love by not allowing people to kind of be welcome in and new ideas to come and evolve the genre, So traditionalists, like, I understand it, but I also don't want, like, I just hate how far it's come, like no matter what direction people try to evolve things, there's always those people that are just, this isn't how it is or how it should be, but there's really no how it should be,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I definitely don't like that. I feel like that I totally agree that sucks that that's a thing and whatnot, but also I feel like it doesn't particularly matter because while it is sort of a politics, it's not in the sense where things aren't voted on. Like people don't like the new changes, but they're going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not. Like I totally agree with you. Like that sucks that there are people who are like that, but at the same time, it doesn't matter because things are going to change.
Yeah, things progress no matter what.
Yeah, whether you like the new stuff that's coming out or hate it, you're not the one making it. You're not the one funding it. And even if you are, you're not going to be doing it forever. Someone else is going to come along and say, hey, I'm taking your position now, and this is what I want on the radio.
I just hate how like it muddies the waters to the point where like no one can listen to anything without people saying that isn't real metal what you're listening to. That isn't, this, that isn't that. It's like no one can enjoy anything anymore because there's just people, shitting all over because it isn't they want it to be. That's what I hate about it the most.
What I would like is if there was some sort of, I guess the easiest way to do this would to make like a website where people you don't pay. There's no way to pay to have your stuff on there or have it promoted. You just put it on there like YouTube when it first started. You just put your stuff on there, and then people would vote to see if you like it or not. And that's how you would build your status, by people just genuinely looking at you and voting. So it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you got shit music and people don't like it, then they're not gonna vote it up for you.
No, that's a hell of an idea.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Cool. Is there
really quick?
What'd you say?
Said I'm gonna coin that really quick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No, like it was straight up because somebody sees that, they're gonna be like, money.
Yeah, can you just like cut out that minute right there?
I'll just send that exact minute to you. Cool. Is there anything you guys would like to say to the viewers or the world?
Just stay tuned. We got big things coming in the works. Thanks for listening. We appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. So
cool, guys.
No, definitely. Whatever you're doing in life, I don't care if it is music, if it is some sort of career you want to pursue, or a dream, or starting a family, or whatever your goal is, just be persistent on it. We are very young. We've screwed up a lot doing this. We've done a lot of really great things to be successful with it, but at the same time, we've always been persistent about it. There's never been a moment in time that we have felt like we have backtracked or even been stagnant, because we always have a plan. And then we get as much done as we can with our meetings. And whatever we don't get done, we say, okay, let's go for that next, but let's add on what else we're going to do. Keep consistent, be persistent, and keep pursuing it, because it takes time. We haven't come very far, but we've come a lot farther than most people our age, or even as long as we've been together. It's only been 3 years. Yeah. And I'm very excited to see where we're going to be in the next 3 years or 10 years, but it's not going to matter if we just sit around on our asses all day.
Yeah. No, and you can definitely tell by talking to you guys that you have the hard work and the dedication. Like, you guys will make it for sure.
Thank you.
100%.
Hope so.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely be in contact. We'll do another interview down the road. And,
absolutely.
If you guys, once you guys got songs and stuff, send them over to us and we'll promote them.
Yeah,
We've already got one of your videos is on our spotlight on the website. We're just still working on the website. Which one was it? I'll have to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look, but I know I put it's the music video has you guys are in like masks.
Oh,
like
Tick.
Yes, Tick. Thank you.
We released that. We filmed and released that literally, like, I think a week before the COVID shutdown.
Right, like, and that's such a cool video. I love the idea. So it's on our spotlight for video right now. So once the website's done, we'll put it up, and you guys will be able to have that platform too.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, it was good talking to you.
You too, brother.
I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Have a good night.